Today's video is about nobody looks human anymore, and I guess basically how beauty standards over time have been shaping the way young men, young women, and even older women and older men have been approaching the way they view themselves and essentially contorting their faces to the point where they don't even look like humans. Let's get into it.
I got my third facelift.
Are you happy with the results?
I kind of am.
You look great.
I know I'm shallow, but
Ew.
I am. Take a good look at the face.
Come on!
That is not Demi Lovato. That Demi Lovato does not give me real person vibes.
Is it just me, or do other people get uncanny valley from people with a lot of plastic surgery? You
Yes.
don't look like a human being I see on the regular
You look like a mannequin almost.
streets.
She's still
and
pretty,
it's
but
noticeable.
I am freaking out right now. I just saw a picture of Mandy Moore. Who is that?
If I would have went into a coma 5 years ago and woke up today, I wouldn't recognize 90% of Hollywood. What the hell is going on?
We've reached a strange point in beauty standards where the more perfect you look, the less beautiful you are. Wild take. But hear me out. Some of the most beautiful women in the world don't look like themselves anymore. They've become so snatched, so sculpted, so symmetrical, and now their faces...
oh God. Yeah, what happened to Ariana Grande? She looks like a completely different person now. And remember whenever The Weeknd was doing that whole thing where he looked like a completely... just what the hell is going on with everybody for real?
all look perfect,
It's
but
weird.
not in a good way.
It's like
So let's
weird.
get this straight. I'm kind of nervous about this video because the last thing I want to do is speak down on a woman's face. That's brutal. But something about the new standard face
Jenna
doesn't
Ortega.
sit right anymore. Literally. And there's young girls growing up all around the world thinking that this is right. We're gonna talk about the almost pretty girl. The girl who has every feature that can make her beautiful according to beauty standards. But these features have literally cut out the warmth, the emotion, and that
who they
little
really
bit
are.
of life that used to make someone beautiful. This video is gonna be a whole lot of tough love, so if you cannot stand the heat, the oven is gonna be on 450 degrees, so I'm sorry, you're gonna have to get out the kitchen. Welcome to the Girl Talk you didn't know you needed. Now, I'm not saying you have to subscribe. You're classy. I know you don't just give those away for free, but hopefully at the end of this video, we become bestie, we rap.
Am I allowed to listen, y'all? Now I'm not a girly. I know this is girl talk, but am I allowed to just mainly be I'm like a spectator and like that?
Whole, because trust me, it goes deep. I need to show y'all an app that literally pays you to do something to stimulate makes for your money. Beauty wasn't perfect, but that's exactly what made it perfect. Since celebrities have always been
Perfect
the blueprint for
imperfections.
what beauty is supposed to look like, they're our main focus for today. And in
Britney
the early
Spears
2000s to
or Jamie.
2010s, not only could you see women with natural beauty, you could see faces that looked completely different from each other.
Fantasia.
Before Instagram face, beauty used to be bold. Faces were striking and complex, and you could actually remember them. No one tried to blend in with one another, and no one looked the same.
People had different cars. Even though the sound was a certain way with music, everybody had their own kind of unique way of doing the music. Everything is just so repetitive and follow the leader these days. Did I just get a notification mid-video? Y'all gonna do me like that, Windows?
There used to be so much mystery and diversity to women. Faces were textured, asymmetrical, and expressive.
You could open magazines like
Look at that.
InStyle, Essence, and Teen People and see girls and
Hey,
women
Vivica,
like
Queen
Beyonce,
Latifah, oh
Mandy
my
Moore,
God,
Keke
Kiki.
Palmer, Amanda Bynes. And I'm not
Yes.
gonna sugarcoat this and make it seem like the beauty standards back in the day couldn't be toxic. Thigh gaps and cheekbones were still glorified. Let's get that settled.
Danielle, you went to the dentist, but you refused to have your gap closed.
Bitch.
Do you really think you can have a cover girl?
Bro, first off, the gap is a very African feature, first of all. And second of all, gaps are sexy on women. Gaps are sexy on anybody who knows how, like, a gap low-key is kind of sexy. Not even gonna lie. What is she talking about?
Contract with the gap in your mouth?
Yeah, why not?
This is all people see. It's easy reads beautiful cover girl.
And then
It's not
you
marketable.
freaking...
Yeah, just a little bit is okay, but I don't want to completely close it.
Well, I guess she just left the gap wide open for another girl, baby.
I agree.
Heroin chic is a style popularized in the early 1990s fashion and characterized by pale skin, dark circles underneath the eyes, emaciated features, androgyny, and stringy hair, all traits associated with the abuse of heroin or other drugs. A 1996 article in the LA Times stated that the fashion industry had a nihilistic vision of beauty that was reflective of drug addiction.
I'm just gonna say this, if the beauty standards back in the day weren't toxic, women wouldn't look like how they look today. Moral of the story, women used to look like themselves. And I know that kind of sounds like an oxymoron because of course women look like themselves. But when we take a look at today, it makes sense why I'm saying that. Over time, natural beauty started to feel outdated, almost like it wasn't enough to just look like yourself.
Most of my life, I felt self-conscious because I didn't have as much chest as other grown-up women. So I went to the hospital and had what they call plastic surgery.
But why? What was wrong with the way you were?
But I just never felt good about myself the way I was.
As the beauty standards started to get more aggressive and it started to get more accessible.
That shit looked like it kind of hurt too. I don't know how to explain it, but it's like, okay, if your lips, your cheeks are injections of collagen and all these other things, if your butt is injections and implants, your chest is injection and implants, everything about you is injection, implants, and things being sucked out of your body. It's almost, to me, it's like in your stomach. It's like, how do you, like, I just feel like everything's like unnatural. Like your body won't naturally flex and your skin won't naturally do the things I feel like it normally would do. Whereas if you had your natural meat on your bones, like I just feel like it's very uncomfortable probably living like that too, if I had to guess. To be fair, I've never had plastic surgery. So maybe it's just like, I don't know, breaking a bone. Like once they stitch the skin back up, it's fine. But I just feel like it'd be uncomfortable a little bit too, because it's not you're not flexing your muscle, or you're not flexing this, like it's just all not you. You know what I mean? It's filler shit. So I don't know. It just looks uncomfortable a little bit.
In a way that made a lot of women feel like they had to have it, like they had to keep up.
Female celebrities are pretty much in an impossible position where they're required to look perfect and look youthful forever in order to have a career. But they can't look too overdone or they'll be plastic and they won't look effortless, and that will damage their career because they won't be able to emote and make the facial expressions that they need for acting. I mean, they're damned if they do, damned if they don't. It's no wonder that celebrities are going to seemingly any length to look young and flawless forever.
Stop.
Once celebrities and influencers started showing off these upgrades, people wanted those results.
I went to Kris Jenner's last guy because the new guy is $1 million.
For a facelift?
For a facelift.
No way.
And the ladies are lining up. These psycho are calling and using code words and passwords. And you've got to know the password to get Kris Jenner's guy for $1 million.
Dude, you can see her fucking facelift. Her eyes are fucking popping out of her head, G.
$1 million.
What? Most people have a shopping wish list. I have a surgery wish list. Or all the surgeries, treatments, etc. that I would get if money wasn't an issue.
I want this nose. I need this nose. I would pay to have this nose.
From the nose jobs to the lip fillers, the
Ew,
brow
like,
lifts,
this looks
and
gross.
yes, Ozempic has a lot to do with this also, but we'll get to that later. The new go-to look started to become more sculpted and almost exaggerated. And as it became that, it also became more tempting because now you didn't have to be born with it. You could just buy it. So that's when we started to see this.
Yes. Oh my God. Why did she do? Okay, so she sucked in her nose. She got lip filler. She sucked in her cheekbones. I guess she stopped waxing her eyebrows just then. And her eyes just look the same, I guess. She just looked so... She just looks so beautiful. I don't understand why she had to do that, man. She was a nice looking girl.
Settling movement of women swapping out their natural beauty.
But it's our fault. You know, it's definitely like it's on them too. Like at the end of the day, I do think like on some adult to adult level, you have to like take responsibility for your actions. Like at the end of the day, she paid her money and she took the time out of her day and it's her body. And if that's what you want to do, you know, let's not make anybody feel bad for what they do with their body, their time, their God-given life, and all that, and their money, because it's your life. So live it how you want to live it. But I do think on below that, beneath the surface, we as like, just speaking as a man, I can't speak for women because I'm not a woman, but just speaking for men, we definitely do suck sometimes at making our women feel beautiful. Or like, if we've all been trained to feel like if you're not fitting a role, a traditional masculine role or a traditional feminine role, then you're not worthy to be called a man or a woman. And I think us as men, we got to get better at making women feel beautiful, even if we all the time don't. Like, we got to stop looking at them from the standard of the picture perfect beautiful, or like the, you know, we got to be more patient with them and be more understanding in that aspect, because it plays a role in stuff like this as well.
For something a bit more manufactured.
I got my
Like, it just looks so weird, bro. No.
third facelift. I mean, they
Jesus.
yanked my face. And I said, give me a good yank. I go, doctor, I don't want to see you in 6 months. Give me a good, get in there and just start pulling,
Just go for
yanking.
Now, this is where it gets really
Gross.
interesting, because people aren't just talking about bad surgery. They're talking about the weird, uneasy feeling they get from just looking at it. Today, there are countless women with the exact facial features we were taught
Gross.
to want. The sharp jawline, the high cheekbones, the big pouty lips. But instead of looking stunning, something looks off.
People's faces are really starting to scare me.
Yeah.
Your lips don't need to look like they're trying to escape.
And I noticed Nicole Kidman having a weird mouth or something wrong with her face in Aquaman. I literally could not enjoy the movie when she was on screen because it was like something was going on. I don't know if it was like too much Botox because like her face didn't have like movement or anything.
Yeah, like
but this
it's
was terrifying.
it's
And,
unnatural,
yo,
bro.
it's so hard to put it into words without sounding or coming off
Insensitive.
as rude. But
Yeah.
let's be real,
It's
a lot
weird.
of women nowadays, they don't look human. They don't look like a real person. They almost look like wax figures of themselves.
Women don't really look like human beings anymore. Hundreds of thousands of perfectly beautiful, healthy women, in trying to become even more beautiful, even more perfect, are literally disfiguring their faces with filler.
Mar-a-Lago face is getting a lot of plastic surgery work done, right?
You know what I'm thinking about too? Just from like a longevity perspective, it's almost like you're fighting against a storm because you can't beat time. So it's like over time, that facelift isn't like your body adapts with itself and grows over time. So your face grows and it learns to embrace the wrinkles. And that's how you age like fine wine, is by your body adapting and growing with time and age. But if what's in your body isn't even yours, the Botox, the lip filler, the butts, the chest, the fake abs, whatever, if it's not yours, then your body won't grow and adapt with it. So it's gonna slowly start to decompose in your body, and that's why their faces look so weird, because the shit is decomposing in their body. It's not like it's not real. It's not real, bro. So yeah, like you're low-key just fighting over the storm, and like by the time like give 10, like watch the Kardashians are gonna look really fucking. They already look weird, but they're gonna look really weird in a couple of years.
Whether it's actually reconstruction or you're just getting injections here, there, and everywhere. But these people do not look like human beings anymore. It's very uncanny valley.
Take Demi Lovato, for example. She was introduced to the media as a child star, appearing in movies and TV shows like Camp Rock, Barney and Friends,
She's a pretty
and
young
Sunny
lady.
with a Chance.
Hey, I'm Demi Lovato from Camp Rock. Hello? And you're watching Disney Channel.
And behind the scenes, she was struggling with something that not even
Drug
a lot of
abuse.
adults
Drug abuse,
can
yep.
handle. From eating disorders to battles with addiction, Demi's journey hasn't been easy. So seeing her healthy and thriving today is amazing.
Once I relapsed, the floodgates were open. Within a couple of weeks, I called a dealer and I was like, do you have and
Damn.
he said no, but I have and I was like,
The 27-year-old
Oh,
went on
Jesus.
to explain how she's come to be more accepting of her body.
Now when I look in the mirror and I start to have a negative thought, so what I say to myself is, nope, you're healthy and I accept you.
When someone's been through that much, it's not surprising they'd probably want to look like a completely new version
change.
of themselves.
Yeah.
So as she's
Like when you
reintroduced
dye your
herself to
hair.
us today, people have
She
started
kinda
to
looks like
talk.
Zoe Kravitz.
That is not Demi Lovato, and I don't care what anybody says. She went through a rough patch, and I'm all about healing. But that Demi Lovato does not give me real person vibes.
Something about her new look looks unfamiliar. Her face is a bit more uplifted, cheeks are a bit more hollowed, and her lips are a lot more pouty, almost to the point where it seems like she can't even close them. There's almost an uncanny, unemotional stiffness
Like
to
a
her
perfect-
face.
yeah,
When I
it's-
was a preteen,
it's like a
the
perfect
beauty
look.
standard was heroin chic. It was the very, very, very frail, thin looking people. The beauty standards were just so unrealistic. And so I wanted to be that role model for myself.
There seems to be a pattern here. We see celebrities, and most of them being child stars, like Selena Gomez, Ariana Grande,
Sky Jackson.
Miley Cyrus. Women who had a distinct,
Oh my God,
unique
why did
look
she
to
do
them
it?
growing up, now have this sculpted, ultra snatched look, and they just look like a shell of their past self.
I keep seeing Miley Cyrus, and something about it is like really off. Like she just doesn't even look like a real person.
There was a selfie from the music video shoot, but then like when you watch the music video, she just looks so different. I don't know, it's like off.
Selena Gomez's name has been coming up a lot, and I know it's a sensitive topic because a lot of people argue that her new look is tied to her lupus diagnosis.
Right.
And while she's been incredibly open about her health, she's had a kidney transplant, she takes a lot of medication, and she has weight fluctuations that comes with it.
I had arthritis. My kidneys were shutting down. My mentality was just to keep going.
But even with all of that in mind, people are noticing something else. Something that normally doesn't tie into health.
Why is she transforming into an elderly Chinese woman? 18 million views, 513,000 likes is crazy. People on social media have been talking about Selena Gomez's new look, saying that she does not look like the same person at all. She looks a little bit more gaunt, she looks a little bit older. It's true that she always has had a fuller face in the past, and she says that a lot of her appearance changed.
Okay, y'all. So I feel like the video is starting to get a little bit repetitive, and I don't want y'all to just hear the same stuff, you know. So to close this video, I want to say, you know, just from a man's perspective, I'm not a woman, so I don't really like just fully commenting on women things if I don't have a full understanding and just if I don't come from that, you know. But I will say, you know, just I know we got to do better, you know. We got to do better at like, I think you chase external things and you look for validation from the world and a bunch of random people if you aren't getting that from yourself, if you aren't getting that from the people closest to you. You know, everything people do as adults, they're doing it in rebellion to what happened to them as children, you know, or in response to. So I think if we could learn to just create better environments and be more aware of the people in our lives that look to us for support, love, and validation, and we make them feel beautiful, we make them feel heard, seen, loved, we make them feel good enough, they'll ultimately realize themselves and in turn be able to give themselves them same feelings and fulfillments. And then we'll see less and less young women contouring their faces and doing all these different things to try to feel beautiful and feel good enough. And we also got to stop looking at Hollywood as like the standard, because they're not the standard for shit. Not nobody, but the average person walking around doesn't have a chiseled face, six-pack abs, chiseled nose, perfect flowing hair. Like it's unrealistic as hell. It's unrealistic, you know. And we all know that, but we got to continue to exercise that knowing towards each other, you know, and get off social media. But with that, great video by what's this young lady's name? Janae Daniel. I love her channel, and she's black. You know, I love to support black women. I'm blacker than black. You feel me? So with that, it's love. It's Virgo. Make sure you subscribe. We'll see you on the next one. Love.